Rainbow propaganda deprives children in the West of their childhood. They are offered to choose a gender for self-identification or awakening, as it is called in enlightened vocabulary. Left centrists say this is a new stage of human evolution, which holds the future. Children dream of changing gender, and pharmaceutical giants earn fortunes. My name is Екатерина Тихомирова. Hello! If there are children around you, it's better to keep them away from the screens.
There is such a magical medicine. If you drink it, yes, then you become different, like a girl.
This is Philip, and at 6 he dreams of changing gender. German television made the child one of the heroes of a documentary film. Today he suffers, shown to his peers. And tomorrow, a knife, a scalpel, and he will wake up in the right body. Desmond is called the future of America on talk shows. Bright clothes, glitter, interviews, shows, blogs, popularity. So young, still undeveloped viewers get fixated on the surface. Want attention, be like Desmond, be different. In childhood, I wanted to be like everyone else. Everyone wanted to be special. In Western rainbow propaganda, this means wolf, that is to awaken. Awakening. In recent decades, such programs have become more frequent on Western screens, including educational programs for toddlers on state television. In Sweden or Germany, in Austria on the eve of the new year, another scandal erupted. In elementary schools, parents are given such questionnaires upon admission. They must check the box for the child's gender. There are 6 options. The outrage spilled into the media.
Transgenders and rainbow ideology are everywhere. If in Vienna, a poster with a naked transgender man with breasts in one of the kindergartens is causing a stir, in Lower Austria, this madness has also engulfed elementary school students. Our children should have the opportunity to be children, not subjected to the mockery of outrageous rainbow nonsense at a young age, protests Michael Sommer, a representative of the Federal Electoral Commission of Lower Austria.
Local politicians, few of whom dare to speak loudly, note that rainbow propaganda is aggressive and radical.
From the very beginning, we have been fighting in the legislature for our children to focus on their childhood, school, and carefree leisure. But for some incorrigible leftist criminals, it's more important to push their propaganda in schools than to prioritize children's well-being, emphasizes Michael Sommer.
The ideology of awakening has fully lobbied Western culture today. Protesting is not allowed, either public cancellation, like with Harry Potter's mom J.K. Rowling, if it concerns media figures, or juvenile justice, which will take away a child for cruelty, considering gender denial psychological abuse. There are 52 such cases in the West, by the way. American billionaire Elon Musk shared the tragedy of his family on a talk show. His son Xavier decided to change gender in June 2022. In reality, the billionaire says his son was killed by doctors. Not literally, but for the father, that's exactly how it is.
Essentially, I was tricked into signing documents. This happened before I started to understand anything. It was during the COVID times. A lot of incomprehensible things were happening around us. My mind was foggy. Didn't I lose my son? Your son is dead, killed by the virus of the awakened mind. Therefore, I vow to destroy the virus of the awakened mind.
To understand the process, it's worth delving into the history of how the ideology of so-called children's awakening entered the world en masse. It originates from a cruel and tragic experiment of the mid-60s. In a Canadian family, twins Bruce and Brian were born. 7 months after birth, the brothers were diagnosed with phimosis. Parents were offered a simple circumcision operation. However, during the procedure, one of the twins' genitals was mutilated. The family was in despair. Bruce would be unhappy, and they found a kind doctor. John Money claimed that children are generally neutral. neither girls nor boys. And gender identity is a social construct formed in a person's psyche as a result of upbringing. In other words, if a boy is dressed as a girl and given dolls to play with, he will associate himself as a girl. The main thing is to hit certain gender gates. Desperate parents saw salvation in this experiment. So Bruce became Brenda. The first sex change operation in history was performed. Bruce actively took hormonal drugs and in general, externally looked like a girl. But he never became a girl. Money earned millions, and both Brian and Bruce had their psyches and lives ruined. Bruce changed his gender back again as an adult. He took hormones again, unsuccessfully tried to sue Money. Both twins eventually committed suicide. But Money's works formed the basis of gender ideology, and for pharmaceutical companies, a golden financial vein opened for the medical industrial complex and technological sectors. High profits are characteristic, which grow as transgender ideology becomes more normalized. According to forecasts, the gender equality surgery market will explode by 2030. Educational materials for awakening children in Western schools are supplied today by hygiene and pharmaceutical companies for free. And then they make money on hormones to not be unfounded. Here is a biology textbook for 6th graders in Germany. A significant part is dedicated to transsexuality. Sample task. Zane, 11 years old, feels born in the wrong body. She would like to have surgery as soon as possible to live as a man. And here's another task in a school textbook by description. The child must determine the gender and write the correct one. And here's children's literature. Of course, they abandon Money's harsh approaches. Softly, easily, creeping through films, rainbows, magical unicorns, Disney, glitter, and tinsel into schools and families. On one hand, it should be attractive, on the other, normal. Children will reach out themselves. The lobby today is rapidly climbing up the rainbow. In some Western countries, children are allowed to change gender independently without parental consent. This is about gender therapy. For example, children in California can make such a decision independently at a young age. And doctors are not allowed to inform parents about what pills their child is taking. Germany recently passed a law. It allows changing gender once a year. Even for children, for this, it's enough to contact the registry office. So before lunch, you're like a boy, after lunch, a girl. A joke, of course, funny, but no, not funny. This was Екатерина Тихомирова. Take care of yourself and your loved ones.